You want to keep building the coolest guitar pedal board in Ableton Live 11 that you can build in the world. Nobody has ever done this but me. Maybe somebody has done it, but where is that guy? So I guess you're stuck with me. Let's do this. So, if you haven't watched my last video, the last video I showed you how to build this pedal board here in Ableton with an overdrive pedal, a distortion pedal, a chorus pedal, an amp head, a cabinet, a delay, and a reverb. I showed you how to do that all from scratch, all from an empty track with a crappy guitar sound recorded onto it, right? Now we're gonna take that to the next level. So instead of having to turn on and off these devices every time you have to do something, I'm gonna show you a way to just save different global settings into one button, so you can press one button and record different sounds super easily. And also, don't forget that you can download my version of the pedal board for free in the description below. You can just click on the link and download it for free. I always recommend you doing your own sounds and trying out your own thing, but I know how people can feel lazy sometimes, because I also feel lazy sometimes and just want to have fun. So you can download my pedal board, have fun with it. You're gonna need Ableton Live Suite to use it fully, but yeah, link in the description below to download my pedal board for free. So let's go back into the computer. Oh, there it is again. God damn it, guys. I don't know why these K-pop videos keep opening by themselves on my computer. I don't watch K-pop videos. I don't listen to K-pop. I'm a punk rock guy, remember? No K-pop for me, thanks. No, thank you. Forget about that. Let's just go into live. Back into live. Cool. So here we have the pedal board we built in my last video. How can we recall sounds on it without having to press a bunch of buttons every time? We have to be aware of two sections in Ableton Live 11. One is an old one, the macro section, which is this section right here. You see, you press it and you have macros in here. The other section is new in Ableton Live 11, and it is the macro variation section right here. So it's this little camera button. With the macros, you can add more, and now you can remove a bunch of them as well, which is super cool. But we're gonna need around 5 this time, so I'll leave 6 of them in here like this. This is good enough for me. So the first step is to actually map each pedal on and off to a different macro, and that's super easy to do in Ableton Live. All you have to do is click the on and off button from each device, each pedal, with the right mouse button. So right click. There you go. You can map overdrive to macro 1, map distortion to macro 2. You can map chorus to macro 3, and you can map delay to macro 4 and reverb to macro 5. There we go. And now we can control these on and off buttons with our macros right here. So we don't even have to look anymore at these devices. We can just minimize them by double clicking the headers, make them super neat and small like this. So now you see, you can turn on and off anything that you want. Let's rename and color everything so everything is nice and organized. So I'm going to rename the first one to overdrive on, and my overdrive pedal used to be yellow, so I'm going to put a yellow color on this macro. Next one, distortion. So distortion on. My distortion pedal was orange, so I'm going to give it a nice orange color. We have now chorus. My chorus pedal was blue, so I can put a blue color on it. Delay. My delay pedal was white, so we can give it a whitish color, maybe this really light gray. It's nice. And lastly, reverb. Reverb on. And my reverb pedal used to be kind of purple, so I just put a purple color on it. Cool. So we have everything named and neat and ready to go. You can see I can just turn effects on and off by turning the macro knobs, right? So that's really cool, because now I don't have to go into the pedals to turn them on and off. I can just use these macro knobs right here. But what if I want to recall different combinations of devices that are on and off? This is where the macro variations little section here comes in play, right? So we can create a new macro variation right here. We can name it like clean, right? So this is my clean sound. My clean sound is just the amp and the cabinet on. So this is ready to go. I can just play to check if everything's okay. Yeah, that's my clean sound. So I press the little camera with the plus button to save my clean sound, and I make a new macro variation. Now we can do the next sound. The next sound is a crunch. So let's name it crunch. And to crunch the sound, we need to turn the overdrive on. So again, we play the sound. Turn the overdrive on. So now it's crunchy, right? Crunchy. and again, press this little button to save. So let's go to the next sound, which is a rhythm sound, like a distorted rhythm sound. Let's create a new macro variation. Let's call it rhythm. Turn off the overdrive, turn on the distortion, and save it. Now we have a distorted sound. Cool, that sounds good to me. Next one, let's do a lead sound. So the lead sound has to be a little bit more distorted, a little bit more boosted, have a little bit more high end. So a good way to get that is to turn on the overdrive and the distortion at the same time. So all I have to do is turn on the overdrive. So you see, overdrive is on, distortion is on, save it. But you know what? You know what a good lead sound needs? Some delay. So let's put some delay in there as well. Let's make sure we save it again. So we have a good lead sound with delay on, with loads of distortion and high end in there. It's hyped, it sounds good. So let's go to the next one. Next one, I want a more emotional sound. Maybe a clean with delay. So let's turn off the overdrive. Let's turn off the distortion. Let's just leave the delay on. Let's save it. Let's go back to this song here. So we have clean delay, but you know what would be good in the song actually as well? Just in case maybe for a different section of the song I want a even cooler sound, some chorus, right? So let's make a new variation called delay chorus. Let's turn on the chorus for this variation, save it. And that's just pure punk popness, isn't it? A good chorus with a bit of delay and a little bit of just sounds so punk pop. I love it. So now I can just recall sounds by pressing this little play button. So every time I press this little play button next to the macro variation, it's gonna remember the sound that I saved and which device was on for each sound. So let's go back to clean. Crunch now. Clean with delay. And delay with chorus, you see, just one press of a button, I can recall the clean, the crunch, the clean delay, the delay. And again, if we go back to the heavier song, I can just recall my rhythm sound right here. And if I press play on the lead sound, I can recall the lead sound. How easy is that? We've built from scratch a pedal board in ABLETON Live 11 and we saved different settings of it onto the macro variations, and now we can just recall sounds so quick. And with the macro variations, as I said before, you can add a bunch of macros here, right? And you can map these to different little settings on the pedals so you can create even deeper and more complex sounds and just map away with the macros and make tons of macro variations. So that way you can just have so many sounds saved into a nice little playlist right here. And every time you open a new song and you just want to play and you're like, I want that sound that I had that one time, you have this device to save, just drag into your session and start having fun. It's so nice that you have macro variations in ABLETON Live 11 now. It's great for guitar. I don't think people that built this built with a guitarist in mind, but it's perfect for guitar. The next thing they need to do, which was enabled in the beta versions, but now it's been removed, but I hear it's coming back, is to be able to map these play buttons to a pedal board. Because if you map these play buttons to a pedal board, then you don't need a real pedal board anymore. You can just take ABLETON Live to your live gigs and use a MIDI pedal board to switch your sounds around. And I tried it when it was working in the beta version and it was awesome. And you can also program it in a way that the sounds change by themselves. So if you have a structured song, you don't even need to press a pedal board. ABLETON switches the sound for you. So you can just play live and not worry about tap dancing on a pedal board. It was great. So once those features are back, because I think they're coming back because they were awesome, I'll make another video about how to program the MIDI pedal board and how to program an auto switchable pedal board as well. But for now, this is great for songwriting. You can just load in this device, press play in your macro variations, load your sounds quickly and start writing songs without having to like deep dive into your devices to get the sound that you want. So I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys can see now that ABLETON Live 11 is more and more versatile than ever. It's great for rock musicians, punk rock musicians, and I hope you guys can see how much fun I'm having, and that inspires you to also have fun in this software, because it's so great. It's so simple for simple-minded musicians like me. So if you want to keep following my journey into discovering new ways of making rock music in Ableton Live, please subscribe to my channel, please press like, and if you want to have a personal talk with me, you can book a Zoom call on my website with me. So if you have any questions that I haven't answered so far in my videos, you can just ask them personally, one-on-one with me. So go to my website, and that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. Please press all the buttons that help me out there in this world, and I see you all next time. Bye.